welcome to the Overwatch Meta Snapshot. In this video, I will tell you everything you need to know about current Overwatch meta in Season 19. By the way, all of the data collected in this video was really accurate, so it's not just my opinion, but let's call it science. First, I would like to explain, guys, how the data was collected. So there is 500 top players for each role in every region. So it makes up to 1,500 players in one region, and there is three main regions, of course: Americas, Europe and Asia. So it makes up to 4,500 players, and they are best of the best in the world. My name is Tengu, and without further ado, let's jump into Season 19 meta. Now, first role we're gonna take a look at is tanks. Tanks have a pretty good distribution. It's pretty much balanced, in my opinion. For Americas, there is a Winston dominating the top lines, and what really surprised me is a Sigma, and Zarya is dropping her position slowly, and after that there is a pretty much close competition between all of the other characters. We can also see that Hazard is dropping a lot of positions since last season, Season 19. And let's take a closer look at Europe now. Zarya is on the first place and Winston on the second place. I can already tell you guys that Winston, we're gonna see him a lot, and probably he gonna be dominating the top lanes of every region. And what is really surprising here, that Sigma is way down lower in Europe than in Americas. Orisa is on the third place, Janka Queen is right after her, and we can see that Hazard dropped in Europe a lot of positions as well since the Season 19. Reiner is slowly recovering, which is really nice to see as well. Now, one of the wildest regions, in my opinion, is Asia, and we can see that Winston is absolutely smashing Asia. Zarya and Hazard on the second and third place, but look at this gap between even the first and second place. It's 338 versus 170. This is a really big gap. Asia is playing, it seems like they're playing a lot of dive here, because Winston is one of the greatest tank to play dive right now, and the gap is just really big. It's gonna inflate the global ratings, which we're gonna see next a lot. Just keep that in mind. Hazard continue to drop, and Reinhardt continue to gaining some positions, and but still he's kind of out of league. 51 is a really low score, and we can see that Doomfist, Hazard, they are also like diving tanks, and they kind of holding on more closer to the top. Now, guys, let's see the global ratings. This data is gathered from 1,500 players, all of the three regions, and as I said, Winston is on the first place, and probably because of the Asia players, because there was a lot of players playing him. And we can see that Zarya is actually losing her positions globally. Hazard, significant drop overall, and Sigma gonna be the next top 3 or maybe top 2 tanks, in my opinion, because he's really good against dive, he's really good at constant pushing, and he is just feeling himself really well. Also, we can see that Reinhardt is recovering, as I said previously, and all of the other tanks is pretty much balanced. They sitting in the middle, except of course Mauga. Mauga is just out of league, but he's also gaining some positions back. And we can slowly move on to the DPS. Now, DPS is my favorite part because it is my main role, and let's take a look at this. Alright, Americas and DPS role, we can see that Tracer is on the first place, and Cassidy, her counter is kind of just sneaking behind her, trying to, you know, shut her down, just like in the game. And Genji coming up next, and Sojourn. We can see that these four, like big four characters that holding the DPS meta right now in Americas. And then we have a next segment close to each other. There is a three characters, which is Soldier 76, Reaper, and Freya. What is interesting about these three is that Soldier actually gained pretty much positions, like 48 since season 19, and maybe he will climb even higher to the end of the season if there will be no patch notes or something. And then the next segment, by the way, this is not all of the DPS in the list. There will be the second list. From Hanzo to Echo, we can see that there is not really much happening. These guys are just an outsiders. Let's see what is on the next page. And on the next page, we have Sombra. Farah didn't gain any positions, she's just standing still in the air. And Junkrat, he wasn't really good. His kit is really hard to execute at the top levels of Overwatch, so he's just sitting here and waiting for somebody walk into the trap, I guess. Now let's see what DPS can offer us in Europe region. We can see that Tracer still on the top, McCree is still number 2, and Sojourn, she's not number 4 anymore, but she's kind of close to this big 4 again. Genji is on number 4, losing some positions, just like Tracer, so Dive DPS kind of losing their grip over here. We can see that Soldier is on number 5, so this is really shows us that Soldier is gaining his positions back. Freya and Reaper also just right behind him, and there is all of the following DPS is also just kind of League of Outsiders, just in slightly different position, and Junkrat again on the bottom of the list. We can see that actually Sombra gaining kind of nice positions, but still not enough to shine again. Now moving to Asia server, and we can see that Tracer is on the top again, losing some positions but still holding the top, just on the previous servers on another regions. And McCree is following her, and Genji is a little down below them. And we can see that Sojourn doesn't have that much popularity rather than on other regions, but this is still big 4. But transition after the Sojourn is kinda tighter than on other servers. We can see that Reaper, Freya still here, they're sitting here, and we don't see Soldier anymore, which is really interesting how different characters tastes across the regions, and how different meta is. And we can see that Hanzo is right after the Freya, and he has actually lost a lot of positions, so he was even higher in Asia on previous season, which is really interesting. And Sombra right after the Hanzo. So if you can see, there is a smooth transition after the Sojourn, like smooth distribution, and I like that. But Tracer still dominates, just like Cassidy and Genji as well, of course. On the losers, there is a little bit of luck for Junkrat, and the Bastion takes the big L, and everything other than that is kind of the same. Now let's take a look at the global picture now on the damage roll. We can see that Tracer is still best of the best, right? But she's losing a lot of positions. It's 184 positions lost since the last season. Her grip is kind of getting weaker and weaker. Cassidy, otherwise, he's just getting stronger, slowly but stronger. Nice and steady he's going. Genji and Sojourn, a little bit out of straight competition with the top 2 characters in the damage roll, but they still good. Now we can see the next segment, these 3, like Reaper, Soldier, and Freya. They're really good, and Soldier, he is gaining a lot of positions. I would like to see him more. I think if you guys are new to Overwatch, or you just want to master the Soldier, this is a really good moment for it. We can also see that Sombra is running in her invisibility right to the top, but it's still not enough. Junkrat is the biggest loser, and there is nothing more I can say, to be honest. Now, supports is, I'm not gonna lie guys, this is where the wild things are, and let's take a look at this. Oh my god guys, Kiriko is a nightmare. She's a really living nightmare for every player. I think right now she's I think top banned character, but still she's most played in the top Overwatch positions. So she's number one, but the good news is she's kinda losing a little bit of positions. Ana is on the second place and Wuyang on the third place, but Ana is getting stronger and Wuyang is kind of getting weaker, but they're still going head to head. Now, Lucio is following up. He is a good pick, but I think he requires that, you know, brawl composition to really juice everything out of him. And he is somewhere in the middle between like A tier and maybe B tier. And then Bap, he's kind of ahead of every other supports down below, but Wuyang, Lucio and Bap, they all are kind of regressing right now, and all of the following supports, they are kind of gaining positions. Like you can see that Mercy, Moira and Brig, by the way, they all have a score of 60 in our data, so we can only expect them to climb a little bit higher. I don't think that they're gonna surpass Lucio, but I think they can surpass the Bap, Mercy or Moira at least. And Life Weaver is still not strong enough. Zen kind of slowly getting back, but still not enough. And Juno, Ilari, they're all sitting here down below. Now let's move to the Europe region. We have a Kiriko, of course. Kiriko, guys, spoiler alert, in Asia, Kiriko also will be on the first place. So Kiriko is on the first place, but losing her positions as well. In Europe, Ana gained a lot. Wuyang lost not a lot, but still decent amount. Okay, he lost a lot. Okay, 78 is pretty much high number, and we can see that here is Lucio and Bap standing even closer to each other, and then the distribution is kind of smoothing out to the end. Light Weaver is the loser again, and Mercy is gaining positions just like as Moira. Larry going a little bit down. So just like I said, I think Moira and Mercy slowly to the end of this season or maybe next season, they're gonna jump up higher than Bap for sure. Okay guys, Asia, and yeah, Kiriko on the first place, and you know what, didn't lost any positions at all. She only got even more popular in Asia, and she had a massive score, 426, 14 positions gained. This is insane. This is just craziness. Somebody please do something, Blizzard. We are tired a little bit. Sorry, Kiriko mains, but this is just the truth. Ana on the second position, this is no surprise. She gaining in every region, she also gaining in Asia, and I'm kind of happy to see Ana in the top, but I think her new her like critical shot buff wasn't really that necessary. Maybe they could tweak something different a little bit. So Wuyang lost positions, and we can see that gap between Wuyang and Lucio in Asia is really decent. Like if Kiri, Ana and Wuyang is top 3, like Lucio is not even, you know, something in between anymore. He is like just like the other supports, and we can see that in Asia, Moira is gaining, Mercy is gaining, but she's way lower below than in other regions, and Light Weaver is still a loser, and Juno is not popular at all, and this is kind of sad to see, but I would like to notice that Zen is kind of high in Asia compared to other regions. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see a global picture of the supports. And Kiriko on top, of course, 1183. And globally, she is kind of losing her positions, but Neja, they are just don't agree with other regions. And globally, getting kind of high. And Wu Yang losing his positions. I think this is the biggest positions loss in across all roles and all characters. Maybe Hazard lost a little bit more, but I'm not sure. Wu Yang is really losing a lot. Like they kind of over nerfed him, in my opinion. Lucio following up with the BAP. They are kind of together here, and but Lucio is still stronger, of course. He's losing his positions as well. Moira, Brig, Ilari, Mercy, and Zen, they all tied together right here. Juno and Lifeweaver, they're losers, but you see, guys, there is a trend that everyone here, like in the last 7 characters, everyone gaining a positions. Ilari, the only exception. Moira gained a lot and Mercy gained a lot. Yeah, just like I said, pretty soon they gonna jump over the BAP's head. They need kinda a lot, but BAP will be slowly falling probably, and they gonna be slowly gaining, and they gonna meet somewhere at 200, I think. Alright, guys, and now let's move to the conclusions. And for tanks,
sorry about that.
I put Winston and Zarya in the S tier because they're just really strong characters right now. Winston is absolute S tier, and A tier is a Sigma and Hazard for me. Just like we could see in the leaderboard, they're really strong. And for the Joker, I left here Reinhardt because Reinhardt gained a lot, and I think he will be gaining still a lot, and I think that Brawl composition will be gaining a lot as well, and Dive will slowly fading. Moving to DPS, and of course Tracer and Cassidy is obvious S tier. They're just really good. Even that Tracer is kind of losing her position, she's still really good with that Blink nerf. She kind of weakened, but still, this is one of the most skill-based characters in the game, and she's still shining with a good dive teammates, and you can just climb with her on every rank, and almost in every map you can pick her safely, just with some I think little exceptions. For the A tier, this is again Jade Sojourn, of course, because they are stable top 3 and top 4 characters in our leaderboard, and they're also really good. I like that Sojourn is kind of giving a stable DPS, plus she's good against the escape of the dive with her shift. This is a really good pick right now. And for the Joker, we have a Soldier 76, just because he gained really a lot of positions. And again, guys, Soldier is kind of good for Brawl setups because of his stable, consistent, sustained DPS, and he can just do a lot of DPS. And for the supports characters, of course, there is a Kiriko in the S tier because she's just overpowered right now. Okay, you just cannot.
Someone has to do the dirty work.
You guys just obey to the power of Suzu. Okay, there is nothing more to talk about. Just ban her every game, honestly. A tier is Anna and Wuyang. Still, they are kind of higher than everyone else, and this is okay. They are really good characters, but I think Wuyang is kind of over nerfed, just a little bit. And for the Joker here, I left. This is a Moira, guys. Yeah, Moira is a really, I think, good pick because I believe that Brawl will be getting more and more positions over time. And this is it for today. Thank you for watching, guys. This was the first episode of the Meta Snapshot. Let me know if you will be interested in the future updates. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And by the way, guys, I stream 4 days a week on Twitch, and I will be really glad to see you here. That's it. See ya.